Welcome to Iconic Talk. This is your community's podcast with conversations about real estate, local happenings, and all things Winchester, Virginia. I'm Mark Francis, a local realtor, broker, and owner at Icon Real Estate.
And I'm Megan Eanes, a local realtor for 21 years and part of the Icon Real Estate team. Mark and I are so excited to share everything that we love about Winchester, Virginia with you. We want you to be an informed, savvy real estate consumer in today's ever-changing market.
Yep. If you want local knowledge, you've come to the right place. And here today, we are excited to talk local knowledge, and more specifically, the season that we are in right now, graduation season.
Yes.
I have a graduate, so it makes it relevant to our conversation. He's senior at Hanley. And even yesterday, it was really cool because every now and then they have like signing days. If you're a student athlete and you're going to go advance and play at some sort of college division level.
Oh, right.
And there was like 3 or 4 of them yesterday that basically before school started, they had an entire ceremony and the athletic director gave some words and the coaches gave words, and Pierce was one of them that got acknowledged because he's going to go run track and cross country at Marist College.
Where's that?
Next year. It's in Poughkeepsie, New York.
Okay.
And I'd heard of Marist before. Don't really know if I know anything about Poughkeepsie, New York, but I've been there a couple times before. And imagine an upstate New York city on the Hudson River. What you would imagine is what it is.
Sounds like it might be a nice, pretty
It's a cool campus. Like the campus is literally on the Hudson River.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it's really wide and stretched out a little bit with some pretty buildings. And, I didn't go to a school up north, so I got to imagine that there's going to be some snow and some colder weather. But, they have different facilities that they can do indoor training or they can do outdoor track training. It's not a huge school. But for him, it's amazing. We're excited about it. And, have like a signing day where you get your picture taken and
That's
people,
awesome.
parents and friends were all there. It was cool.
Oh, actually, I do. I've got a graduate also this year.
Yes.
So my stepdaughter Eva is going to be graduating from Patriot. She had her signing day. It's been about about 2 months ago because it was, she plays volleyball. So it was
Cool.
during the winter months that she had that. And she's going to Goldie Beacom, which is a D2 school in Delaware that she's going to be playing volleyball for.
Huh.
So she
Cool.
graduates here very soon, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. And so around here locally, we have 4 local high schools in the general area of Winchester and Frederick County. There's also the university, Shenandoah University. And so, like, if we just rattle off, this might be applicable to you guys. You might have friends. You might have, you never know, coworkers that have kids who are graduating and you might want to support them. And I don't know about you, but I feel like ever since I've lived in town, there's always somebody that that's graduating. And
Yes, I agree.
Graduate parties are the big thing. And so the season of parties is upon us, where you
Yes.
get invitations to attend. This coming weekend, I think there's like 2 or 3 that I have to go to. I say have to, but
Right, that you're going to.
We're going to go to.
Right.
We'll be throwing our own party on next Thursday night.
Exciting.
And so then Hanley's graduation is on the following day, on Friday, May 26th.
Oh, okay.
And
That's
it's a
early.
it's a nighttime event because it's outside. So the rain date would be
Okay.
Saturday, but it's an evening event. So hopefully we're not baking in the sun.
Well, you
too much.
say nighttime and Handley, and it just doesn't go together.
Doesn't equate,
No,
right?
it does not, because typically you think of nighttime. They can't do nighttime, which is why they play their sports during the day. But I
Right.
forget what time of the year it is.
Time
So
of
it's-
year. I mean, we're
it's-
getting dark. I mean, it'll stay late until 8:45 or so.
Yes.
I mean, remember, at least I do, the Apple Blossom fireworks. They start past 9 o'clock.
Right,
because
because
they
it's
have to
not
wait
dark
for it
yet.
to get dark.
That's right.
So that's the first high school graduation of the season. And the other cool fun fact is that it's the 100th graduating class out of Hanley High School. The building was built. I was doing a little bit of research. They put the cornerstone into the building in June of 1923, and they opened the doors later in the fall.
Oh, wow. That was quick.
Right. So they built that thing up real quick 100 years ago and had the class. Was the 100th graduating class this year. And you can look it up on Facebook. Well, maybe there's a way that we can share this on our site. They put together like a 4-minute video where they were showing some of the seniors and some of the classmates who are sports and athletes and club team people, and they had all the students go out there and spelled out a 100 on the football field with a
neat.
drone,
Yeah.
and did flyovers and stuff. The Winchester Star had a picture of that the other day as well. So Hanley's making a big deal about it.
Well,
So,
as they should.
yeah.
I mean and it's such a beautiful school, and I've not had the privilege of being in it very often because, of course, I was a county girl.
You're a county girl,
We
sure.
We didn't want to step foot in that
Sure.
school, but it's from just it's just a stunning building.
Mm-hmm.
And I did get the opportunity to actually, for the first time ever, be in the Patsy Cline auditorium
That's
when we
right.
did our Are We Smarter Than Fourth Graders?
And I still will debate that we are a little smarter, but like they're quicker on the draw.
They
of getting
were
the
definitely
answers
quicker
out.
hitting those buttons. Yes, they were so much faster. Those kids are just like lightning fast.
Yeah.
But yeah. So we've got that's with Hanley. Now Sharando's got theirs coming up May 31st.
Okay.
And then James Wood is the next day. Of course, the Frederick County alternates every year. So Sharando gets the first one this year, the first
Okay.
graduation on the 31st. James Wood will be June 1st, followed by Millbrook on June 2nd.
So it's just kind of like prom season,
Mm-hmm.
right? They intentionally stagger the prom weekends for each school so it doesn't inundate the
Right.
town with limos and kids rolling around in their tuxes and dresses and going out to restaurants. So they stagger the graduations the same.
Yes, they
the
do.
same
Well,
way.
especially because you've got like the superintendent and then his staff that's all going to be there. They need to be at each one of those.
Mm-hmm.
So Sharando, of course, I had a graduate last year. They were the last ones. So when he graduated, so Sharando was last, which, you're not out of school yet. Technically, I guess the seniors are done earlier
it's so
anyways.
funny how
but
they basically allow seniors to get out of school where technically tomorrow is Hanley's last day of school for my kids, the senior, but the rest of the students are going to school.
Right.
But for the seniors, they're like, that's your last day. And then all next week are all these different activities and meetings they have to go to, or practices, rehearsals of how to walk. I'm like, they have to go at least 3 or 4 times to rehearse how to walk up on a stage.
Yep.
And I'm like, wow, do they really think our kids aren't that bright to where they can just get in a line and line up? But no, they're probably doing this for a reason.
yeah, and it's all the seating and making sure they're all in the right places and they have enough chairs where they need them. It's all the logistics of it.
All the logistics.
yeah,
So
and
all next week is basically just really no classes for at least the Hanley crowd.
Now, something cool about like my stepdaughters in Prince William County, they graduate at Jiffy Lube.
Wow.
So that's where they have their graduating classes. And so their school's not actually out until I think like June 17th or something, but she graduates June 5th.
Wow.
So it comes
Okay.
early because they just have to, of course, the schools have to go with whatever the concert schedule is at
Yep.
Jiffy Lube.
You gotta
They
adjust
fit it
the
in.
concert schedule.
So that she'll be there for that one.
That's another conversation we can have in the summer is all the concerts.
Yes.
I'll put a pause on that because I'm going to be going to a couple
Okay.
of concerts. One there at Jiffy Lube and another one at FedEx Field. I won't divulge where yet, but we'll have a special episode maybe dedicated to the concerts around here.
That could be
Because that could
cool.
be fun where we can share some of our concert stories. So
And maybe we've got to look up some like local things that are happening
Mm-hmm.
too, as well as stuff that's going to be at like Jiffy Lube or
Wolf Trap.
Oh, thank you.
Yep.
I'm trying to remember what the name of the other one was. Yep,
they're all
Wolf
really
Trap.
cool places. So
Yes,
sorry
they
for
are.
the little diversion there of
Well, it was a
something to come.
smooth tangent though with the
Yeah.
Jiffy Lube comment, but something I don't know about if you remember any of kind of your graduations because of course we both graduated from high school and
Yep.
from college. I was the first graduating class from Sharando High School when they opened their doors in 1993.
Whoop,
so
whoop.
it was 1994 I
Oh,
graduated.
you're
so
spelling out once you say that you were the first class, somebody
Yep.
can look that up. But
Yep, they can look it up if they knew how old the school was. But
Mm-hmm.
it's always just so cool because, of course, I went to James Wood for 3 years, and then the school finally opened, and so they split the schools down the middle.
Yeah.
And a little fun fact most people don't know is that James Wood and Sharando's classes of '94 still celebrate their reunions together.
No kidding.
Because
That's
we were
cool.
together for 3 years, so even though
Right.
we split off our senior year, our reunions are still together.
So that'll be next year. You'll have a big
Yeah, I guess.
number and
We'll
get
see.
together. But, well, I mean, what was that like? You're in a brand new school. That's got to be cool.
It
To go into a new school with half of your friends practically.
It was really kind of cool. And I was in bands, and the band director, who was phenomenal, Mr. Schammel, he was at James Wood. He went to Sharanda with us. A little claim to fame. Sharanda was the very first school to ever get have a band get an honor band score.
Cool.
From their first year. Now
Yep.
I think Rockbridge has done it since then, but so we had all brand new instruments, of course, for those of us that didn't play the large ones, the
Right.
large instruments, of
Right.
course, were all brand new. Everything was new. The uniforms were all new. And they started this our freshman year, where they had a group of students that they knew were going to probably be splitting off to come up with a name and mascots and that kind of thing. So that was really cool. But there's actually a plaque in the school that my name is on for. It's the firsts at Sharando.
Cool.
It's the first touchdown, first soccer goal scored. I had the first place for the girls swim team. So
Nice.
it's a tiny plaque. It's the
Yes.
only small plaque in there, but it's all the first, so it's kind of cool. But
Celebrity.
yeah, little. It
Wall of
needs to
Fame.
be polished. I don't even know you can read it anymore on the wall. But yeah, so just graduation's such an awesome time of the year, and it's a great time to celebrate. I mean,
Celebrate.
13 years,
Yeah.
not counting preschool, that these kids have been going through school, and it's a huge celebration.
Celebrate
for
the
them.
kids, celebrate the parents,
Right.
for enduring the nonsense that goes on behind the scenes. I mean, all the different, just like it's sometimes like pulling teeth to have kids study and to do their work and to make sure they know what their assignments are and to make sure they can turn them in on time and even understand what the assignments are. So, yes, hats off to the kids, but hats off to the parents
Right,
as
and
well.
this is it for you.
This is
your last high school graduation.
This is the last one that will be here with our family. And obviously, I've got some nephews and nieces that I'll probably be going and attending down the road. But yeah, for us, this will be it. However, now that you say that, here's the segue. Next year will be a college graduation for
That's
me.
right.
And so Shenandoah is having their graduation this coming Saturday. I mean, it's funny. They have all kinds of different honoring ceremonies on Thursday and Friday that lead up to things. But this coming Saturday is what they call a commencement ceremony, which I find to be very fascinating.
Okay.
Because you think graduating, you are graduating and leaving something, right?
Right.
The word commencement means what to you?
It means beginning.
A beginning. So it's a fascinating phrase that they use where, yes, it is their graduation ceremony, but they call it a commencement ceremony where they're sending students
Right.
who are graduating, who are leaving their school, and they're beginning something in the new world. So for them, I like that perspective because it calls them to say, okay, here you go. You graduated, you're out, you learned what you need to learn, and now you're beginning something.
Welcome to the real world.
Yep. So there's their commencement ceremony is this coming Saturday at the James Wilkin Athletic Center, otherwise known as the Jimmy for the insiders there. So my son will be attending that. He just has friends who are going to be graduating, but next year for him, we'll be there
College.
as well.
So exciting.
Yeah. So there you have it. That's the insider news. You get a little bit of history. I
Right.
love it, and dirt here of what's going on behind the scenes.
You can definitely tell we have slight favoritism to two schools.
Then that's okay. That's okay. There's
I
nothing.
won't hide it. I'm warrior proud.
Nothing wrong with Millbrook, the Pioneers, and the Colonels of James Wood.
That's
We'll give you
right.
the shout outs there as well, and you get your fair due. So, but it is kind of fun. Look for that video for Hanley for the 100th year for them, and just again give all the appreciation to the kids and to the parents. Well, we've rattled off a few different events that are
Yes.
coming up, but are there any local activities that we should know about this coming weekend?
There's actually a country music fest is happening this Friday at 7 p.m. It's to benefit Katie's Comfort House. That's going to be at the Backseat Bar and Grill, and general admission is $50.
Awesome. Well, go back to our previous episodes from long time ago where we interviewed them. And their story is fascinating, and you'll want to go back and listen to that if you don't know what they're all about.
And then we've also got a community yard sale that's going to be happening at the Reynolds Store Volunteer Fire and Rescue Company in Cross Junction. That's kind of interesting. If you got a lot of stuff you want to get rid of, you can just rent a spot and take it up there.
Sure.
And kind of like a little flea market type
Sure.
of thing.
Yep.
And there's also the 6th annual Touch a Truck. It's family friendly. This is going to be Saturday at Sharando from 10 to 2. You get to explore trucks and construction vehicles and all kinds of stuff. There's going to be kids that can actually sit in some of these vehicles because it's basically you're able to get up close and personal and touch some of these things. So it's really cool. So they've been doing it for 6 years. I think my kids were part of the first. My oldest was part of the first one that they did. So that's really awesome.
Cool.
And of course, my favorite things, I don't know why I like these. They just sound so cool, is the drive-through dinners. So there is a drive-through spring dinner at $16. That's Saturday from 3:30 to 6 at the Gainsborough Fire and Rescue. That one's going to be roast beef and ham, and of course, all the fixins that go with it.
Can't go wrong with that.
So
good
all
food,
kinds of
good
just
times.
lots of stuff that's coming up here in the near future. And one other thing, there's also a golf tournament that's coming up on Monday the 22nd. That benefits Froggy's Closet.
Okay.
It's going to be at the Winchester Country Club.
Okay. And I'm actually playing in a golf tournament tomorrow. That's
Okay.
going to be benefiting the local soccer organization, the Travel Soccer League. Winchester United. They're not Winchester United anymore. Blue Ridge. Sorry.
Oh, that's
I gotta
right.
Get that. I'm so bad because I grew up coaching and that's what I was in. But yeah, it's Blue Ridge United Soccer Golf Tournament. So
Are you any good at golf?
not awful.
Do you like to golf?
I do like to
Okay.
golf. Yeah. Yeah. No, I try to get out, but I'm so busy with work.
Right.
And normally, historically, I'm not a huge fan of these tournaments because it's called Captain's Choice, where you hit a ball.
Yes.
And then just the best of the four, you get to choose, and then you just hit again. So I don't really get a true score. I'm competitive where I want to know how I'm playing, and
Right.
especially if I'm hitting the ball well. I'm
If it
like,
was yours that hit it, that they're
Right.
taking each time.
and that happens sometimes,
Right.
but not all the time, obviously. And so I'm like, I want to know what my score is. So that's the kind of golfer I am. But tomorrow's just going to be fun. Amazing weather, good cause.
that's right.
Be playing with several good people who are just fun friends to go hang out with. And afternoon at the country club. So
That's exciting.
that'll be. I'll report back on the golf
On
outing.
how the golf outing went.
Yes, absolutely.
I've taken my husband and I have gone multiple times, like on our anniversary. It's kind of funny. It's a him golfing thing, but I do like going, and I'll drive the golf cart. And I'm terrible at golf. I have
Yeah.
no sense of aim at any sport whatsoever. So I mean, I can play sports, but don't ask me to aim for anything.
Yeah.
So, but,
Well, little another golf nugget story. So my best man of my wedding, he grew up just being a football player and a baseball player, not golfer. But as seniors, when we were near graduation, we would just go out and smack the ball around every now and then, and he would just be hitting in the ball into the woods all the time. Whenever we would keep score, it wasn't even close. Well, he lives in Baltimore and has always lived in Baltimore, and his birthday is right now. And so it's always his birthday weekend where we get together and try to play. Well, 2 years ago, I just lost track of my score and wasn't even caring, and I thought I was beating him. And on the last hole, I shot like a triple bogey and didn't even think about it. And we added up the scorecards, and he beat me by 1 stroke. And he had never beaten me before. Last year, for whatever reason, we never got together to play. So it's been 2 years since I was able to try to redeem myself. And we played this past weekend. On the front 9, I'll tell you my scores. I shot 41, which
Ooh.
is amazing. I don't ever think I ever shoot that well normally. And I was beating him by 10 strokes. Well, this time I kept track of my strokes because the back 9 I started to tank and he started to get better. And so by the last hole, I knew what I needed and I only beat him by 2 strokes. But I kept track this year.
And you won.
To focus, and I won. So that's my golf story. So leading into the tournament tomorrow, I should be actually having fun, playing well. We'll see how it goes.
Well, awesome.
So
We'll have to hear about that next
there's
time.
your
on how
golf
you do.
story of
That's
the
right.
day. Well, thanks for joining us today's episode. Next week, I'm excited. We're going to get back into the world of real estate and talk some dirty stuff, septic systems.
Yeah.
So
Stinky stuff.
I don't like them. I don't understand them. And I think next week we're going to learn about them,
Right.
which is going to be helpful to anybody who is in that world that lives in the county where you have a septic system.
That's right.
So hopefully you learn more next week. But today, I hope you learned something. I mean, there's a lot of cool stories we threw out there.
That's
and
right.
Look forward to sharing more with you next week. So remember, when you look for a real estate professional, make sure they're experienced, innovative, personal, dedicated, and available.
And we appreciate you spending some of your valuable time with us. And we'd love it if you take a moment to subscribe and share this podcast with your friends.
Yep. Thanks to our editor extraordinaire, Simeon Battaglia. Until next time, think iconic.